How would you grade out Jamie Herrera?
I haven't followed, to be perfectly honest, I have not followed what she's done greatly. I was disappointed by the manner in which she handled the bridge issue. Not one of the things I tried to do from the very start when I got into office was work closely with people from the other side of the aisle and the other side of the river. And Peter DeFazio was the chair or ranking member, the senior most Democratic member on that committee. Peter and I together, through the transportation bill and other things, probably brought close to $50 to $80 million to that project. Just as a courtesy to have called him up and said, I've got this concern, some of my voters want a referendum, I want to talk about it. That would have been a smart thing to do. Peter may not have liked it, he can be irascible, but I mean, I like Peter, and he'll fire straight, and I think she should have done that. To sort of spring that in the middle of a hearing was a not well thought out strategy, and could have some pretty significant consequences, both locally here for an important project, but also on a broader scale. If we're going to start, it was kind of the reverse of an earmark in a way. It was, we're going to take one particular, the whole premise of getting rid of earmarks is that we're not going to micromanage projects. Well, it was a micromanagement of a project in a way that frankly could have cost a fair bit of money from this area, and would have set a rather interesting precedent.
Overall, generally?
I don't, I will claim my lack of knowledge. I don't think she's handled the town hall situation well. So she had a rough town hall. Been there. And in fact, I believe Jamie was at the one in Clark County and was kind of happy about how it was going. And it's a little different when you're the person up on stage and folks are yelling at you. It's a hard deal. I mean, when you're up on a town hall and any question at all can be asked of you on any topic whatsoever, and you don't have staff, you don't have resources there, you have to try to answer it as best you can. That's a tough deal. But nevertheless, the idea that you're going to invite people to your town hall, I don't, obviously, I mean, I've walked that talk. I just disagree with it in principle. The other question I would have is sort of what are the signature accomplishments, and I just don't know them. That may be because I've not been here enough, but I haven't seen it. So.
You miss this area at all?
I do, yeah, I do. This is, it sounds sappy. I love it, I always get a window seat when I'm flying down there. Partly because you can look and it's gratifying. I remember when I first ran, Don Bonker did this, and it was really fun. Don was gracious enough to take a whole day or 2 days with me, and as we drove down the I-5 corridor, he would say, "Oh, there's the Nisqually Delta. I helped secure funding for this," or "There's this. They were having this problem with the regulator, and we helped intervene and resolve the issue." And you can look throughout the district, and that's very gratifying. And from issues, some of which were high profile and got media attention, others may have been just, I know that farmer had problems with geese landing in his backyard, and we were the guys who got the Fish and Wildlife folks out. I mean, never got any media, but it's from the small individual to the big stuff. I miss that.
But you opted not to settle back down in this general area because?
My wife's extended family, her brother and sister live up in Kirkland area, her brother and sister-in-law, and they have 2 kids. And I never was around extended family as a kid. I mean, all my cousins were scattered to the winds, and our kids had never been around extended family, and that was important. And my wife landed a job doing global economic work at UW, and it seemed, for the interest of the kids, being around extended family, and my wife figured it's her turn. And she travels nearly once a month. She's somewhere international. India a while back, Copenhagen, and she's doing really interesting stuff. She did 3 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. She was in Copenhagen presenting before 5 Nobel Prize economists on the merits of addressing non-communicable diseases like obesity, diabetes, heart disease, etc., in the developing world. Everybody talks about starvation, which is a problem, but in the urbanization of the developing world and the advent of pops and corn chips and all the other things, believe it or not, areas where we used to be very concerned about starvation, people are now dying of all our Western illnesses. And my wife's, I think it's fair to say, one of the top 5 in the world on this issue in terms of economics of it. And so she was at Cope. So terrific. And I get to be the stay-at-home dad. But that's all facilitated by being up there. But there's plenty I missed down here.